kiddos experience internal challenges. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I ask that we keep in mind anybody who may be struggling with mental illness, wherever they may live. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the Town Board meeting of May 2nd, 2024. Before we begin, for those who are visiting us for the first time, I'd like to introduce the board and town clerk. To the extreme left is Council Member Brandon Calori. Next is Council Member Sandra Priglioni. Sorry, Sandy.
That's okay.
Next is Council Member Teresa Luongo. On my left is Deputy Supervisor Timothy Finnegan. And directly to my right is Town Clerk Desiree Potvin, and I'm the Town Supervisor, Keith Luciani. Thank you all for being here tonight, and before we head into public comment on agenda items, Joey, would you like to come up and explain the beaver?
I guess.
Thanks, Joey.
I guess. Okay, I wrote some things down, if I can read them all right. Alright, for those who don't know, we have a beaver at the reservoir, and that's something we really can't have in the reservoir for a couple of reasons. So we call the DEC, email the DEC, and we get it's called a nuisance beaver permit, and they give them out after the season. The season goes from November to April, so the season is over right now. But they gave it to us, and we have it townwide in case there's any other issues. Well, the beaver does a lot of damage. First, one damage it does, and it's going to sound weird, but if the beaver can contaminate the water with bacteria, and if people are swimming in the water and just say a kid drinks it or something, they can get an intestinal parasite in them. So that's one issue. The other issue, they eat a lot of the vegetation off the sides of the surrounding area. The young saplings are gone. That holds back all the dirt and stuff, and it just can't happen. And they're very territorial. There's been cases where beavers were rabid and they attack people in the lakes, so it just can't happen. We do have a licensed wildlife trapper that is going to start tomorrow as soon as we get the paperwork signed and everything. I'll take a picture and send it to him so he has it. But it's all from the DEC, and that's what it's all about, and we can't have it. It just, they are a nuisance animal. That's why it's called a nuisance beaver permit. The state has named them a nuisance animal. There's a lot of beavers around. They're everywhere, from Tuxedo all the way up, and this is what has to be done. Unfortunately, it just has to be done that way. So I don't know if anybody has any questions about it.
Where do they relocate the beavers?
They don't get relocated.
They get relocated.
Teresa.
To a nice stall.
I was trying to say that very nicely. Coming out.
I knew that was going to be a
Unfortunately,
You could put one in my.
unfortunately, yeah, you can't. That's the only way to do it. Unfortunately, it's just.
And Teresa, I
Make a
brought
nice hat for
that
Tim.
several years ago, under Supervisor Palermo, and Joey was kind enough to, give me the information, and then I did some more research on it, and they really are, the dollar-wise, the damage that they've done or in the state, and that's just New York State, and they found that that trapping them and relocating them doesn't work. So, and they have 2 to 7
Kids.
average, 2 to 7 kids, babies, and you multiply that by and then we're gonna be overrun, and we have seen damage on other, different, where Woodbury Stream comes down and other tributaries. I know down by my house off of Estrada last year, you couldn't even see the stream anymore because they had built a dam, and all of a sudden, the stream went to a pond. So, I thought the same way.
Yes. Again, sorry about that.
Thank you, Joey.
Yep.
Now, does anybody have any comments on agenda items at this time?
Maria Hunter, on
old business, letter B, I see that you're gonna engage services for legal counsel. And just for transparency to the public and for myself, I know interviews were scheduled accordingly, properly. How many firms were interviewed for that position, if I can ask that? Did more than one?
Yeah.
Great.
All right, is it
Yeah,
three? Okay. And I hope that they are going to do the same rate or lower hourly rate so that we don't have to incur a cost to this, so I hope that it stays the same or lower, so I hope that where we go with this, that it's cost effective to the residents, but thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Anybody else? Okay, now we'll move on to administrative business. Acceptance of minutes. Can I have a motion and second to accept the receipt of the minutes of the town board meeting held on April 18th, 2024?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Approval of abstract number 9. Desiree, please read the abstract number 9 for this meeting.
Abstract number 9 contains vouchers 240707 through 240756, and totaling $207,168.42.
Thank you. Can I have a motion and a second to approve abstract 9 as read?
Make the motion. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Next is appointment of full-time groundskeeper William Keller.
Got it.
Got it. Sorry.
Close.
We have the pleasure of adding another team member with building and grounds reporting to Joe Gianzaro. Can I have a motion and a second to appoint full-time groundskeeper William Keller?
Got it.
Got it. Sorry. Starting on Monday, May 6th, 2024, with an hourly pay rate of $30.57.90.
Make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Kate, can I just say something? Is that proper about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just,
Go.
I don't just ask you.
You're fired.
We already made the motion, Joe. That was a quick one.
First of all, I wanna thank you guys. We had a lot of applicants. As you know, we hired a custodian and now we're hiring a groundskeeper. I think there was 12 or 13 people. And I think we got the two best people for both jobs. Bill comes with a ton of talent, welding, heavy machine operator, snowplow stuff. So he's gonna be a great acquisition to the team. And I think we're gonna have many years of his knowledge helping us through everything, especially with Phil and him together. We'll be able to fix anything that breaks down or anything. So I think it's a great thing and I'm glad to have him on board this one. So
Thank you,
Thank you,
Joey.
Joe.
And I will say, I was there on the interviews and everything, and I can agree with Joey that, you're gonna be a huge asset to us as a town, so I'm really excited to have you join us.
Yep.
Thank you.
Excited to start and thank you for the opportunity to serve the village, town of Woodbury.
Welcome to them. All right, so next is the appointment to the Parks Committee. Yulana Wilson Orda, the town board had the pleasure of meeting a Woodbury resident interested in joining the Parks and Rec Committee. Can I have a motion and a second to appoint Yulana Wilson Orda to the Parks and Recreation Committee with a term due to expire on 12/31/28?
Make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Old business, authorize supervisor to sign the MOA to UPSI agreement. The town board received an MOA which was pending post the signing of the UPSI agreement. This MOA is for the groundskeeper training position. Can I have a motion and a second to authorize the town supervisor to sign the MOA for the groundskeeper training position?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Next is to engage services for legal counsel. Attorney for the town. The town board and I would like to take a moment to thank the 3 law firms which responded for the RFPs for legal consult service for the town of Woodbury. The firms are Drake and Loeb, PLLC, MCB and CB LLP, and MMP and S LLP, because I was not killing all those names by saying them all. All firms were extremely prepared, responses to all the questions, and the process of selecting the new legal counsel for the town of Woodbury was challenging based on the caliber of experience that was presented to the board. I would like to make a motion, and can I have a second, to engage services to retain Milber, Marcus, Blair, and Seaton LLP. That would be the MMP and S LLP as a new town of Woodbury legal counsel.
I'll second.
I made a motion.
Oh.
So if anybody wants a second. Need a second? Any discussion?
I think they were very good. I think the team that they came with was very knowledgeable in multifaceted terms. Their knowledge with foils, them all dealing with other municipalities, I think will very much help us, and it won't be a timely transition to it. They're both familiar with the town, so I think it's definitely what it shows for us. And the financial aspect, they were right on the same. So they were lower, right?
They were lower.
I think the depth of their firm, and the experience, several of their attorneys have already sat on this side of the dais as a supervisor, I think one was,
Yeah, council.
and
Yeah.
councilman, and so I think there'll be a real, an understanding of, our needs, so I was really impressed, I was impressed by all of them, but I was really impressed with them.
I think that was the other one. Right?
No,
Who was-
all three had some good touch on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just blown away, and we are lucky to have, all those three firms, come and join us and meet with us, and, I mean, we were here for quite some time for those interviews, and,
It was at least 4 or 5 for each one.
yeah, that is, I learned a lot just sitting there, so it was good, blown away.
Yeah, they were all, super good, we have to make a decision, and I think the one that we chose is the best, very professional, knowledgeable, years of experience, so I think they're gonna be a great asset.
So I would just like to say, I, want to express our gratitude to all the firms for reaching out. The RFP was very extensive, they all filled it out. One firm came with 4 of, their staff with them and introduced us. They all had expertise in different areas. They had, PR, they understood the issues that we have at the library. We asked them all the questions and told them all the things that we have that are coming down the pike for us to see how they knew how to deal with it. And they all had people that were very educated in those areas. We had another firm that had 3 people that came from Westchester. Same thing, like Sandy had said, one was a mayor, one was a town council person. Every single one that came in, they all knew what they were doing. They were all, like I said, they blew me away with the way that they explained everything, and I know that this is gonna be a great move, for us right now. So, again, I wanna thank everybody. So with that are we all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. New business, request for exemption status, various properties owned by Village of Kirschwell. I will now have Desiree take us through the details.
Okay, so over the last few years, a letter has been received from the Village of Carstowell lawyers requesting a tax exemption on their pipeline and other properties they own within Woodbury. Since this pipeline and parcel do not service the residents of Woodbury, the board has historically denied the request. Former attorneys for the town have opined, but the courts have ruled it is the town's right to assess these properties per Real Property Law, Section 406. The resolution that has been adopted, which is consistent with the board's prior determination, such that the vote would be to deny the exemption and reserve the issue for some potential future settlement. And I will read the resolution that has been adopted for the past 7 years. Whereas, on or about February 13th, 2024, the town of Woodbury received written request from the Village of Carstowell seeking to have certain properties owned by the village located within town exempt from taxation pursuant to Real Property Law, Section 406. And whereas the village's request seeks an exemption from taxation for the parcels identified by section, block, and lot as 213-164.1, 213-1-49, 202-1-19, 247-4-16, 205-4-8, 999-7-1, and 999-7-2, based upon the assertion that the parcels are used for water supply purposes. And whereas in litigation commenced against the town by the village, the Orange County Supreme Court determined that the town was fully within its rights to deny the village's exemption requests for the same properties in prior years. Now therefore, be it hereby resolved that pursuant to the authority vested in the town board by real property law section 406, the requested exemptions for the properties listed are denied.
Can I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution as read?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Now we're gonna move on to authorize the town clerk to send a letter to county waste enacting contract renewal. Can I have a motion and a second to authorize the town clerk to send a letter to county waste enacting a 2-year refuse contract renewal? And, can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Authorize supervisor to sign the stratagem proposal for the community center. Can I have a motion and a second to authorize myself to sign the stratagem proposal 6069 to install a new server and rack at the community center at the res?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Authorize the supervisor to sign the stratagem proposal for Park Avenue Route 32. Can I have a motion and a second to authorize me to sign the stratagem proposal 6055 to install a new camera at the intersection of Park Avenue and Route 32 and a new server at the courthouse?
Make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Is that,
Aye.
I'm sorry, is that to replace the 10532 camera?
I think it's adding on.
It's Victory Park. I believe it's a Victory
Oh,
Park.
facing, okay, gotcha. Aye.
All in
Sorry.
favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Authorize supervisor to sign the beaver damage permit. Can I have a motion and a second to authorize myself to sign the beaver damage permit with the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation valid from April 29, 2024 through April 31st, 2024. December, sorry, thank you. April 29, 2024 through December 31st, 2024.
Make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Public comments. Does anybody from the public have anything they would like to say which is not related to the agenda?
I'm getting there, sorry. I'm sure everyone's gonna talk about this, but this past weekend was super busy, community oriented. Saturday, we started with a pancake breakfast, it was delicious. I saw you there, Kate, Sandy, you were working. It was a nice seeing the community, we even had other churches come in, someone who goes to Discovery Church, she came from Port Jervis with her 2 children to be there for the breakfast. Central Valley Methodist Church, the ladies were there, so it was great to seeing everyone, we were all talking, so that was a great event. Then onward, I went to 5 different things that day. We went to the Climate Smart, they were giving away little seedlings, there were people there, the library and the Climate Smart, so it was neat. I got a dogwood and a pussy willow tree, so Bob and I we planted them, so we'll see if they grow. Then I stopped in at the blood drive, which was very successful. No one passed out that I was aware of,
Because I wasn't there.
Then onward to the Woodbury Lions Club, they had their yard sale. I talked with Doug Carey, they said that it was a phenomenal, people with Jersey plates and Connecticut plates. I said, well, they came from across the street after spending some of their money, so they were happy with that. And then in the evening with the Woodbury Lego Club, which was successful. I want to thank the Woodbury Lego Club, which I help out every now and then with Fred Faradashi and Shannon, and the Woodbury Library that was there. What's her name? Barbara. She was there. So we had a great time from start to finish. They had a DJ and 2 of our police officers showed up. We did take their picture, put it on Facebook. Woodbury's Finest did come out. The kids loved it. And then on to Sunday, the Woodbury Historical Society. I don't know if anyone had a chance to go there. It was great seeing all the towns and villages with their items from history. And the biggest event was, the biggest draw was the Harriman Band bass drum. A little history on that. Donald Hunter, family member, uncle, he had that in his attic for years. And it was passed on to Bob and I. And since I've been in Harriman for the last 2 years, Bob says it's finally, we need to get it out of the house. And we brought it down to Harriman. And it does say Harriman Band, Harriman, New York. And it's awesome. It's that tall and it's very lightweight, but they said that it was very well received. So I went home and I got 2 more snare drums, which I gave to Woodbury Historical Society, which I think was part of the Highland Mills band. I can't say for sure, but I have a picture of the band from years ago. So I gotta bring that picture down to the Historical Society. So there's a lot of history, and it was a great community weekend. And to continue in that vein, May 26th, the Town of Woodbury Memorial Day Parade, we're moving forward. And finally, this past weekend, our Grand Marshal is going to be Bob Cotter. Most of you know him. I have my division marshals. I finally secured them. So Patty Hand is going to be one. She'll be in front of the fire department, the ladies auxiliary. Those of you, I know him as Doc Cooper. His name is Raymond Cooper. He used to teach at London Woodbury, phys ed teacher. And also I have Ben Myers. He's going to be one of our division marshals. So we're moving, and I'm going to be, hopefully I can figure out how to get the website, the Facebook page going for the parade and let everyone know what's going on. So that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's on. If anyone else needs it.
Does anybody else have anything?
Should I sit down? Or you want to go first?
Department head comments, Joe, you have anything?
I'm good.
You're good?
Maria?
We should have you go last, but we should keep you up there.
That's all. I need to move around. Beautification Committee, first of all, we want to thank the Highway Garage, Buildings and Grounds. They've been very diligent working on Victory Park, on Park Avenue and 32. Grass is growing, which I'm amazed at. We got our electrical line in. Joey promised me that next week, weather permitting, the landscaping will be done, we'll have the plants in there, so, and the banners will be purchased within the next week, and we're gonna be putting the banners back up, banners, yes, bunting, that's the word I'm looking for. So that'll be decorated for the parade. And then we're gonna be doing the Victory Park, Police Station, Oak Clove, usual decorations for the parade, and then also we take care of the Fireman's Monument up in the cemetery. So, I think that's it. Right, Joe? We're good with the buildings and grounds and parks, so I wanna thank everyone who came together and doing this project. It's gonna still be ongoing, but we're getting there.
Thank you, Maria. All right, Councilmember Fleury.
As always, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. As a reminder, our Woodbury PBA will be holding their 3rd annual cornhole tournament on June 1st from noon to 6 at Camp Frederick with a rain date of June 2nd. Registration begins at 11:30 a.m. day of, but you can sign up now. Contact the police department at 928-2341. Some of you may or may not know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Shirt on that here. Please check on family and friends, and always be kinder than necessary. Everyone you meet is fighting some kind of battle. And since we won't be meeting again until it's over, I'd like to wish all the moms out there a happy Mother's Day. Love you, Mom. And to my beautiful wife, Joanne, for all she does for our children and our family, we would be lost without her. So, happy Mother's Day.
Thanks, Brandon. Councilmember Leon.
I too would like to thank everyone for coming out. I believe this week is National Nurses Week, so if you know a nurse, tell her how much she's appreciated. So if it wasn't for the nurses, I think the doctors would shine the way they do. And this week, or actually 2 weeks ago, yeah, 2 weeks ago, Teresa and I, as liaisons to the library, we've attended the library liaison committee meeting where we're continuing to work on the MOU and we're very close to it being completed. And then this week we also attended the regular library board meeting. And I gotta say, Sarah is doing a phenomenal job. The numbers keep increasing for the programming that she has. They are actually looking for a new employee. So that's on the website, the RCLS website, I believe. And I guess that's all I have. Thank you.
Book sale.
Oh, the book sale, yes, I forgot. So the Friends of the Library, thank you. Friends of the Library are going to be having their book sale. And now the date escaped me, it's May 17th or 18th. I'm sorry, I'm here.
May 19th.
May 19th,
Sunday, May
okay.
19th, from 10 to 2.
Yes,
The seniors.
at the senior center. And they have a phenomenal amount of books. And so if anyone is interested, you can get good books at really good prices.
Thank you. Councilmember Luongo.
Again, I want to thank everyone for coming. Again, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. I didn't let Brandon say too much about it. I said, I'm the social worker here. I gotta take my shine away from me. So I have some statistics that are important to know about mental health. 21% of adults are experiencing a mental illness. 55% of adults with a mental illness receive no treatment. 16% of youth report suffering from at least one major depressive episode in the past year. And 60% of youth with major depression do not receive mental health treatment. The good news is that New York is number 3 out of 50 states in access to care for adults. Falls down to number 20 in access to care for children out of all 50 states. So we're not doing too bad there. There's a lot of services for those that need. So it's just important, make sure you check on your family, friends, neighbors. If you see that they have any symptoms and might need help, you can give them, numbers to call. I have website, New York, nyconnects.ny.gov is a good one that has a list of services. You can actually type it in and do a search. Also, you can dial 311. That's a number for Orange County. And for teens, there's a number. It's called the program's called Text for Teens. It's 845-391-1000. And any other questions, or if you need a list of resources, you can email me or call me. That's what I do for a living. So, thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. Deputy Supervisor Finnegan.
I got a couple things tonight. I want to echo Maria with this weekend being great. So many events going on. Unfortunately, I was upstate for the weekend, so I wasn't able to make them better off. I didn't pass out paperwork, which is ironic, but I apparently passed out. One thing I did want to bring up, we've had kind of an uptick this year with motor vehicle accidents on 105. Just a reminder, and I'm sure everyone here kind of knows, but stay in your lane around that turn. It has been horrific this year with how many accidents are happening there. And then Memorial Day, with Maria and her committee, it's getting better and better. But it's such an important day to get out, and more so as a teaching moment to teach the younger generations what this is and what that day is for. So just tell your friends and your families to get out. It's make it a more well-attended parade.
Thank you. Town Clerk Robin.
Thank you. I just want to announce that the Woodbury Animal Control has begun enumeration. If you don't know what enumeration is, it's like a census that's conducted for dogs in the community. So if you have a dog that is not licensed and you are counted during enumeration, in addition to the license fee, you also have to pay additional $5. So I urge everyone to come down and get their dog license now before they get counted. Had a nice young lady who came in today and got 3 dogs licensed, cause she heard about it on our Facebook page, so that was great. Speaking of which, I wanna remind everybody that in the town of Woodbury, you are required to obtain a garage sale permit in order to have a garage sale within Woodbury. The permit's only $5, the fine is $50, so come get that $5 permit, save $45. And we'll also put you on the town clerk's Facebook page announcing that you're having a garage sale if you would like us to do so. So please, take advantage of those things, cause we'd rather you pay the small fees than have to pay the large fines. Thanks.
Thank you, Desiree. I just wanna thank everybody for coming out tonight. Exactly what everybody else said, this weekend was a crazy packed weekend. I think now that the weather's getting warmer, everybody's coming out of their caves and it's like everybody's happy because it's starting to get warm. And it's really, really nice to see like a lot of events happening in the community and to be able to go when Marie and I bounced into each other like at many different events, like we're like, oh, here's you again. It was really nice. It was nice to take my kids out and for Arbor Day, they did the tree planting and stuff. So, you know, it was really nice to be out and be around. Also, last week I got to go on my daughter's class trip. Well, I kind of like snuck on her class trip. They had a class trip at the emergency services up in Goshen, and County Executive Newhouse did it. And so I asked him, could I go and meet my daughter there? And it was really nice. They had all the fire trucks and the ambulances taught the kids about 911 and where phone calls go and what happens when a phone call comes in, and explain to the kids how important it is, you know, not to make jokes, but how important it is if you see a family member or somebody. And it was just really nice to see these kids, these 4th graders that were like really, you know, inspired by it. And we were talking about how they should have high school kids go there because like as job experiences and things, you know, it was really interesting. So I was really excited to kind of like tag along on that trip and see everything that they had there. So this weekend is going to be Cinco de Mayo, so Jorge's will be doing margaritas. So make sure that you go out and you know help your businesses. And just like Brandon said, to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. And with that, can I have a motion and a second to adjourn?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Have a great night, everybody.